Hello guys, welcome back to Thrill House of Terror. My name is Cameron and good morning. I hope you all are doing well this morning and I hope you guys are all having a wonderful day and weekend, whatever it is you guys are doing. So, today's video is actually a scary ghost story. So, I read this one online and I decided to share it with you guys for today's morning video. So this is the most scariest ghost story I've ever read. It's called The Woman in the Toilet. This is all about a man who finds a spirit of a woman in his toilet with long black hair. Kind of like Samora Morgan from The Rain, but she only crawls out the television when she comes out the well. But I'm still terrified of spirits with long black hair and white nightgowns. I'm still terrified of those. But anyway, let's get on with the scary ghost story. A man was living in his new apartment. He moved into his new apartment and he was gathering all his stuff from his truck. His friend was helping him move into his new apartment. And he seemed to love it because it had 3 bedrooms in it and it had 2 bathrooms in it. Because some apartments look like that. So he gathered all his stuff in his apartment and he was also moving some heavy stuff like a couch, a furniture, and a TV, and a table. But his friend was still helping him move into the apartment. After he was done moving into the apartment, he decided to just sit down and relax and enjoy his time in his new apartment that he moved into. So he received a phone call from his friend saying if he wanted to come over, and he said sure. So he drove to his friend's house and they sat down to have a beer together. And they had some chips and salsa too. And other types of food that he was planning on having with his friend. And he asked him how he was liking his apartment so far. But he seemed to love his new apartment that he moved into. He really seemed to love it. He went outside on the porch to just relax and enjoy the outdoors. So he told his friend that he was gonna go back to his house. Go back to his apartment. He made it back to his apartment and he just sat down on the sofa to chill for a bit. So he went to go use the bathroom, but when he walked into, when he was about to open his door, he heard a strange sound. It sounded like it was coming from the toilet. So he lifts up the toilet and he saw something rising up. It looked like black hair. So he saw black hair and he screamed in horror. It was a woman's head that popped out of the toilet. It looked like it was pale. Its eyes were black, like black-eyed children. So yeah, it had black eyes and long black hair and a pale face. It was staring dead at him. And he screamed so loud. But at least nobody did not hear him. So he ran out of the bathroom and he called his friend. So yeah, he called his friend. His friend thought that he was crazy. But he he wasn't crazy. He was trying to tell the truth. So yeah, his friend came over to keep him company for a couple of hours. So yeah, he did stay over his apartment to keep him company for a few hours. So yeah, he was telling him there's no such thing as ghosts. But there is such thing as ghosts. So yeah, he told his friend to go look in the bathroom toilet to see for himself. But there was nothing in there. He still thought he was crazy. So he did sit down with him on the chair. On the sofa. So yeah, he tried to get him a bottle of beer, another bottle of beer to make him feel better, but still would not work. He was still afraid to go to his bathroom. He was definitely afraid to go use his bathroom. So his friend went back home. So yeah, he went back home and he tried to forget about what he saw. But he heard he heard a clank, clank, clank sound coming from the bathroom, or some other sound that he heard. So yeah, he also heard a creepy giggling coming from the bathroom too. It must have been that woman in the toilet that he saw. I think that's what he was hearing. So yeah, he heard clank, 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 and he heard giggling coming from the bathroom, and he was too afraid to go in there. So yeah, he just went outside on the on the balcony of his apartment, or he just went outside of his apartment to just sit on the stairs for a few hours. His friend called him and asked him, "Is everything okay?" And he was explaining to him he heard clank, 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 and some creepy giggling coming from his bathroom. And he said, just try to ignore it. Just try to ignore it, he said to him on the phone. But it still did not work. It was really creeping him out so much to the point that he could not take it no more. The woman in the toilet was kind of haunting him. So, in living in his toilet. So yeah, this was really creeping him out so much. So yeah, it really was creeping him out so much. He thought about moving out of his new apartment and moving into a house. So yeah, he was thinking about moving out of his apartment and moving into a house to get away from the woman in the toilet. So yeah, he told his friend he was gonna move out of his apartment and into a house. He found a house to rent. Him and his friend was helping him move out of the apartment and into his new house that he rented. Because he did find a house to rent so he can get away from that haunted bathroom. So yeah, he moved out of his apartment and he never saw the woman in the toilet again. He never saw her again. So yeah, he was happy with his life now. He did forget about what happened a long time ago whenever he moved into that apartment. So yeah, he was away from the woman in the toilet. So yeah, he was really happy. He was enjoying his new house. His house was big with stairs in it. He lived in the big house now, which had stairs in it. And he was enjoying his life away from that woman in the toilet he saw years ago when he stayed in that apartment. So yeah, I think it was very terrifying. He saw a woman's head in the toilet with long black hair, black eyes, and a pale face. I think it was very creepy that he saw that thing in his toilet whenever he lived in his new apartment years ago. Okay, I'm gonna put an end to it there. I hope you guys enjoyed this scary ghost story. If you guys enjoyed the video, give it a like and thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, so you guys don't miss a new video I upload every single week. And what would you guys do if you ever saw a headless, a woman's head in a toilet? What would you guys do if you ever saw that in your toilet? So yeah, what would you guys do if you ever saw a, a woman in your toilet with black hair, black eyes, and a pale face? What would you guys do? And that's it for today's video. And as always, stay spooky. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys. And as always, stay spooky.